Okay. Okay. We are live again. um, yeah, they tried to steal my channels. My channels were hijacked, and I had no access to my Google account. They tried to run, well, they did run actually crypto scam live stream, and then YouTube shut down my channels, but now I am back. This has been a nightmare. Um, uh, I'm very tired, but we will talk about this. I will make a video as well. Hold on, I'll just check something here. Yeah, I will be making a video on this later today that I will upload tomorrow. But for now, it looks like I'm back. It looks like everything is working. That the views are, well, it is as it was before this happened. I have the profile pictures were gone, but I've and I couldn't find the old profile picture here on this channel, so that's why you see a new one there. And the banners, the channel banners were gone, but I've added some new ones. I think I found the old one for this channel. Yeah. I did not see that live stream that they ran on my channels myself, but I have been sent screenshots by people who did see that. I'll try not to work myself up in anger. Yeah, I'll try my best, because it's been I'm very tired. Okay. I've lost some subscribers, just a few hundred on my main channel, some here. I thought it would be more, but apparently most people are good people, I guess. And they understand that it's not my fault when things like this happens. I'll just say hello to the good people here as always. KP Heathen, good to see you. Good to see you. Jamie is here. David, Angela, Woodsman Bushcraft. I'll just scroll down here. Yeah. So what happens now? Well, now let me first start by saying that I will get into the more details about this in the video, I guess. I will say, though, that it is so important that you have a VPN, and preferably a VPN that will scan for, fake websites and stuff like that. I did have a VPN, but when I installed that VPN, I did not finish the installation for the part that scans for fake websites. I don't know why I didn't finish that, and then I forgot. So, lesson learned, but get a VPN. It's very important because these people, they are, I'll say that these people are evil. Um, it if when you're the sort of person who will do anything to gain money, to get money, you'll do anything. At some point there, you enter the territory of being evil. It's pure evil. Um, and I, I, I struggle with migraines. So the day that this happened, I worked all day and I was in incredible pain. It was like my head was burning inside my head. But I'm finally. I've been waiting for months now for a hospital appointment on my migraine issues, and that's next week. So yeah, and yesterday I did not have so much pain, but I was having problems with my balance actually. Um, um, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Another thing that happened is that, and I don't know if this is something that YouTube did when they kicked out the scammers, but the moderators are all gone. I have no moderators on no channel. So I will add some moderators right now if you're okay with that. Angela, thank you. I'll make you moderator. Let's see here. Add as moderator. Who else? KP Hidden. KP Hidden, are you okay with being moderator again? Let me know. Let me know. So, okay, I will make you moderator. Yeah, let's start there. Okay, you should have moderator access now. Okay. Yeah. So I will also say that I would not have been able to. My channels would have been gone forever if I did not already have someone to help me. And I'm a I have a YouTube, what do you call it, a manager. Some people call it a YouTube syndicate. These companies that manage the rights for several YouTubers. You have to be a YouTuber of some size, I guess, in order for them to be interested. But I am quite recently actually I signed a deal with them. They sorted this out for me, and I'm so grateful. I'm 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 so grateful for that. The sound okay, you guys? Is the sound okay? Let me know. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, so they helped me out because they can get in touch with YouTube directly. And I'm going to be a little bit what do you call it, paranoid about internet activity. And I thought I was safe because I don't click on any suspicious websites, and I don't go to any websites that are suspicious, but that's not what you need. Well, you should worry about that, of course, but what they do is they mimic um, real websites. Um, they mimic real websites, and you go to that website, maybe you've been there before, and it will look exactly the same. And if you click on something there, that can be enough. And that's what happened here. Um, yeah. Yeah, this is a healthy soda, by the way. Yeah. So, again, be careful out there. Be careful out there. And yeah, I won't be, you know, I will be too careful now. I will be too careful. Yeah, I won't get into details about the precautions because other people than you guys might be listening to this, but I will be very, very careful. I'm still not 100%. I don't feel 100% safe here concerning Google and YouTube and all of that. But um, I think we'll get there. My channels are back up. The hacker has been thrown out. They did also take parental control over my Google account. Um, and I am still waiting for an answer from YouTube whether that um, has been deleted by as well. Um, you know, so yeah, I will say the following. Um, it will be one of those sentences that I don't finish. If I had a way to find out who did this, I would probably go there to that person. And that's the finish I want. That's the sentence I won't finish. Sorry, that's the sentence I won't finish. I'm sure you understand why. This whole thing has made me think about the space that internet takes up in our lives. Obviously, I am on YouTube, so I have to be online. I'm online now, but it becomes all consuming. And if you look at it in a wider context, what really matters in life? What if I had lost my YouTube channels? I would have felt devastated. And a lot of people sent me messages, and some were quite desperate actually, and wondering what's happening and all of that. They sent me messages on Instagram and Facebook. Um, and I realized that my YouTube presence matters to people, and I feel very privileged, and because of that, maybe I'm bringing some value to people's lives. That's a good thing. That's nice to think about. But what really matters here is No, how should I put this now? Okay, so I don't care about being on the internet. I don't like being on the internet. I don't like that. Um, I like making videos and I like connecting with other people who comment on my videos and doing these live streams. I like that. I like writing books. I just did. I just did. I was just writing now, and I've been unable. Jeffrey, do you want to be a moderator? Do you want to be a moderator? Let me know. Um, yeah, I like writing my books, and I think I like writing my books because it's like a dream. It's like dreaming, and it's like a dream that you can control to some extent. Um, yeah, Jeffrey, you don't have to if you don't want to, but it it gives you the ability to delete comments on this channel and in the chat that are not okay, rude comments and so on. KP, Eden, thank you. Facebook and Instagram links. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's okay, Jeffrey. No problem. Yeah, so I like writing and I like being out in nature. But honestly, if the internet connection was gone tomorrow or today, I think like for all of us, I think we would be happier. All in all, we would miss this, but I think we would be happier. I know I would. I think so. And obviously, I need to use the internet email to communicate with my publishers. Ray, yes, you are visible. I'm seeing your comment in the chat. Hold on. Yes, Angela, thank you. I will set up moderators on the other channels as well. I think I have to. I'll look into it because in the past, the way I've done it is that I had to do a live stream and then add moderators. But I maybe there are other ways to do it. We will see. Okay, so yeah, what I'm trying to say is that all in all, being on the internet is it negative? You know, I'm trying to say that we need to disconnect from all of that and just connect with what's real and what obviously I'm not going anywhere unless the scammers get me and I can't get back if something like that should happen in the future. But when this was feeling hopeless, the first day when it just felt hopeless, I was at one point there just sitting down. I thought, I'll just give up. At this, I just give up. My channels are gone. I'll just give up. And that felt kind of liberating in a way. I don't want that to happen, of course, but yes. Okay. Let's see here. KP Hidden and Angela. Wonderful. Yeah. Thank you, Barbara. I don't know if I'm that important, but it's nice to be here connected with you guys. Um, YouTube has become more and more difficult in recent years, and it's like when you make a video, it's like it's very difficult to have videos blow up, as they say. It almost never happens, at least not for me. But that's what a lot of larger YouTubers are saying as well. And you can see the content, that is blowing up. And it's like either rage bait or some pretty girl or some, um, the Mr. Beast type of content, which is not really, it's not feeding your soul, is it? None of that. It's not. But that's what YouTube seems to be pushing now. Now, I will say about YouTube that they did sort this out quickly with my channels. They still have. I'm still waiting for proper response concerning the parental control, and I'm keep monitoring what's happening because I can spot where if there are other units being used to access my Google account. And it hasn't happened since they kicked out the scammers. So I'm hopeful that that's gone as well. And obviously, old passwords everywhere I have changed old passwords everywhere, and you know, multiple different ways to access my Google account and all of that. But yeah, now you'll have to excuse me this live stream. It's a little bit all over the place, I guess. I am tired, and uh, yeah, I do struggle with migraines and headaches, and I woke up very early because I fell asleep quite early in the sofa last night. Um, and I will be back in better shape very soon, you know. But yeah, yeah. Let's see here. Oh yeah. By the way, these scammers. You know what they love. You know what their most important tool is. Any guesses? How do they manage to send emails that look exactly like emails from legit companies? How do they manage to mimic their websites? You know, uh, it's disgusting. But there is this one tool that they just love, and it's AI. Of course, it's AI. Of course, it's AI. Artificial intelligence makes people dumber, and it makes the internet much more unsafe. And we all know that YouTube loves AI, so that's a problem there. Um, that being said, YouTube is not one person. Obviously, YouTube is many people, and I think that there are many good people in YouTube. Um, yeah. So we'll see where YouTube goes, which direction they will be heading. Because, as I said many times before, I think that their love for AI is going to ruin the platform. Yeah. Some might argue digital IDs help to prevent scammers and hackers, says Jeffrey. Yeah, there is an argument there. There is also an argument the opposite in the opposite way, that it makes you much more vulnerable, because when they manage to scam your digital ID, they can control your entire life. They can access everything, your bank accounts, um, yeah, everything. And you will not, well, imagine if they hacked your digital ID, and they require you to use a digital ID to go and buy food. Now you can't buy food. Now you will actually starve, you know. So yeah. Yeah, KP Hidden, thank you so much. You put up your writing. When I put up the post about you being hacked, I got a lot of positive feedback. Yes, and thank you for telling people, because I had no way to tell people about this, because I couldn't get on Google, or YouTube is part of Google, you know. No, my content is not gone. My content is back. All my videos, as far as I can tell, are back. And the views are there, the subscribers are there, minus the subscribers that chose to unsubscribe during this crisis. A few hundred. So it could have been much, much worse. Yeah, I'm going for the soda again. Um, yes, Tracy, self care, very important. I agree. I agree. I'm going out today to just sit by the campfire. Yes, I will be recording a video, but it will be a very simple video. I'll just explain what happened, and that video will go on my channels using the collaboration feature tomorrow. Well, Saturday, because it's early Friday morning here in Norway. Yeah. Yeah, so it's like what matters in life, and even something like this put in perspective is matters much less than other things. um, what about diseases and stuff? That's obviously more, that's worse. Yeah, those subscribers who unsubscribed during this, I'm tempted to say good riddance, because if they won't stick with a content creator when clearly the channel is hacked, then you know okay, we don't need those people here. Yeah, KP says, with people like Angela, Stealth Mode, Horror Business, Catsy, and myself, and all these great people who got your back, thank you. That's very kind of you. um, that's very kind of you. Oh, is it the equinox? Is it the spring equinox today? I've been in completely disconnected from nature as well during these last few days. This happened 3 days ago on the 17th. Spring equinox. Wow. Yeah, important seasonal marker for us pagan and animist people. Balance is the message from nature at this time of the year. Yes, well said. Yes. So we have equal amount of daylight, day and night to today at the 20th. I forgot. Thanks for letting me know. Now the days will be well northern in the northern hemisphere, so the days will be getting longer than the night. Isn't that wonderful? Yes, Angela says, sounds like you're overdue for an overnight camping trip in your woods. Yeah, I had booked that in my calendar from yesterday to today, but because of this, I couldn't go. Today is also the end of Ramadan. Okay, I didn't know that. Jeffrey says, speaking of the skies, the war on Iran started on a night when 6 planets were aligned. Interesting. Yes. KP says, we have a tight-knit community here. Keep up the great work. I will do my best. Now, on this channel, there will be some walk and talks and so on out in nature as well. So videos, not only live streams. Because what I tried to do, add some of those to my main channel again. But that didn't really work out so well because I think YouTube now is like you have to stick in your niche. And I'm happy to do just Viking content on my main channel. It's okay. Jeffrey says, is the end of Ramadan school holiday in Northern Virginia? That's strange. I mean, a school holiday is always nice, but that's nice. Well, that's nice. I don't agree. Actually, I don't agree with celebrating Muslim holidays. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with celebrating Christian holidays either, actually. But I do agree with. No, I'll take that back. No, it would be strange if we shouldn't be having time off around Christmas and all of that. I'll take that back. Okay. You know what? I think I'll just say, well, Christian or Muslim or whatever, having time off is nice. Let's just stick with that. Let's just stick with that. And I think we work too much, and I think that kids spend too much time in school. Yeah, Barbara says I celebrate pagan holidays, but I still like Christmas. So do I. Yeah. No, I'm quite relaxed about the whole thing. So Christmas is like this mishmash of pagan and Christian symbols, and it's okay. It's nice, just a celebration. It's a celebration. Yeah. Okay. More Shiba says more time off is always best. Absolutely. Um, yeah, winter solstice, David. That's actually, to me, a more important day than Christmas. And the Viking Christmas that we call Yule or Yule. That's when is it? It's in January. Now I can't remember. It has something to do with the full moons and all of that. Can't remember right now. No, Rujas, I did not read that book. I have a big pile of books that I really should read. Um, KP Hidden. Yes, I saw that you found some bunnies in your backyard. The animal ones, the animal kind. Did you get that? I'm being funny here. Yeah, not the Playboy bunnies, but the real bunnies. That's what I meant. Bit of a dad joke there. So, vegetables, some questions here. Yes, I have plans for that. I will be growing the following vegetables. So salad, kale, beets, the red beets, and what else? Yes, of course, my cucumbers. I was very successful with the little cucumbers last year. So it was a success. So I'm going to grow less vegetables, less variation this year because I only do the ones that I've been successful with, and I am growing them in big, containers because that gets them off the ground, and there are so many slugs here. So, and I don't have time to go slug hunting, and also I'm the sort of person I can't kill slugs. I can't kill any animal. I just can't. So I leave the slugs there. They can go and look for whatever they eat. I don't know what they eat, but I'll have my vegetables lifted up and safe from the slugs. So yeah. Barbara says, I will be growing salad items and pumpkins, tomatoes, and zucchini. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kat says, hot peppers and tomatoes were my success last summer, and onions. So the tomatoes here, tomatoes, what do you say? Tomato, is the problem because I need a polytunnel or something like that, and I don't have that. I have a tiny little greenhouse, but that will be reserved for the cucumbers. And even if I start the tomatoes very early, I've never been successful growing the tomatoes to a ripe condition before the autumn storms begin. And then what happens is that the plants, the tomato plants, they just keel over and break, and it's a bit of a disaster. I get some, but not many. And I love tomatoes. Tomatoes. Let me help me out there. If you're in America, what do you say? You know, one number one, right? One if it's tomato, right? Two if it's tomato. Because I can't. What did I just say? Did I say two tomato? One tomato? One. That's the American kind. Okay. I say tomato, I think. I'm very American. No. um, yes. Um, what else is there? I was not successful with carrots for some reason, but we'll see. The problem here is that it's very exposed to the sea and the wind, uh, and my whole property here is exposed to the sea and the wind, except one part, but that part is some distance away from where I have my water supply. So I would have to carry buckets over there, you know. Oh yeah. Rhubarb. I have rhubarb. Oh yeah, and apples, of course. But the apples tend to just the wind just um, ruins all of that. Most of the apples. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I don't know what it was with the soil with the carrots, but carrots you can buy organic carrots. They are quite cheap here. Um, yeah, but this last year, I mean last year I dug up the rhubarb, the bulb, the roots, and I moved it to a more sunny place. So I'm very hopeful that it will be successful there in that new spot. But the thing is, I can't remember where I dug it down. So it will be it will be a surprise. It will be a surprise. Um, yeah. I will say that it makes me a lot happier to grow vegetables and to mess around with all of that than being on the internet. No, when I say being on the internet, it's like all the internet things that you do, except like this is fine, fine. No, this is wonderful connecting with you guys. It's wonderful, wonderful. Um, oh yeah. Um, yes. Also strawberries. I have planted the sort of strawberries. I don't know if you have the tiny strawberries in the USA. Do you have those? They are like, how big are they? Like this? They're very small. And they grow here in the wild ones. Yes. Yeah, those. Yeah. So I planted those. Um, no, actually, it was my daughter who planted those. My daughter had success with tomatoes, but she lives in Oslo, in the capital here, in an apartment. So she is growing tomatoes, tomatoes on her balcony. Um, yeah, what else is there? Um, Yeah. Uh, oh yeah, berries. You call them gooseberries. My blueberries died last year. Yeah, I'm actually I am not a talented gardener, but I am very interested in all of that. I am. I'm interested. I like to walk around on my property here and look at the plants. I do that. I do that, and I like that. So you know, um, I don't know why I planted blueberries because I can just walk up in the forest, and at the right time of the year, it will be like you can. It's just covered with blueberries, wild blueberries. But then you get ticks as well, so you have to be careful. Uh, what I have done is as well is I have this deal with the birds here. So I feed the birds through winter. I'm still feeding them. And I put up what do you say, bird boxes? No, bird houses. The little houses that you put up for the birds so they can put their nest in the little house. Um, you know, I have birdhouse. Yeah, I have. How many do I have? Must be eight, eight, nine of those. So they can live there, and my hope is that they eat the ticks. You know, um, you know, because of the tick problem here. So I put up three new ones yesterday. Yeah. Uh, yeah, and I've read that also the birds they spend the nights in the bird houses during the winter. Oh yeah, I have one on the wall behind me on my right behind there at the other side of the wall, a birdhouse. Yeah, I think maybe the robins might one of a robin might be there because it's covered in shrubbery there. Yeah. So, but okay, it's nice to talk about something else than the hacking and the hijacking and the scammers and all of that. By the way, it's very nice. Uh, yeah, I know chickens and Guinea fowl. They like to eat ticks. I know. But the sad thing is that my dogs like to eat chickens, um, so I can't have that here. Yeah, yeah. Chickens they turn bugs into omelets. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't know. It's let's see. Do you have cherry trees in Norway? Yes, we do. We do. And I live in the south, so I could actually, if I could grow grapes here actually but it would have to be a sheltered and sunny area. But it would be possible to grow grapes here. But I'm not going to do that because I think it's quite difficult. It's right at the northern edge of where it's possible to do that. And as I said, I'm not a very skilled gardener. Yeah, we don't have opossums here. No. Hmm. Yes. Uh, good night to you. You're saying it. Good night, all. It is late for me in New Mexico, US. Pleasant evening, morning, or afternoon to you. By the way, since we have so many people from the US, how is the are people talking about war on Iran and all of that? Um, is it something that people are care about? Uh, is it in the news and so on? Yes. Oh, yeah. I think I've gotten less and less political, and I think it has to do with a combination of realizing that there are so many things I'm not qualified to talk about, and also I'm just tired of it all. Sharp Kena, it's good to see you there. I made a video about starting a commune with the garden. Yeah, I didn't do that. Well, maybe I talked about that, of course, yes, but I did not start a commune with the garden. Where was I? um, yeah. I just get stressed out by the whole thing and the politics and all of that. I do get annoyed, and by the lying and but right, at least right now I'm not going to talk about it because I don't have the energy for that. And there are some people saying that when there's something that like that and you know you can't change it, just leave it, you know. And but what I have learned is that people are usually nice, no matter where they come from. Most people are nice. Most people are not really that different from you or I. You can go to, well, Iran, and if you have friends there and family. I actually know someone from Iran, a refugee. They um, went. That family went to Sweden, I believe, first because they did not want their son to be enrolled in the Iranian. Now I can't talk. The army in Iran. Um, I can understand that. So they went to Sweden, and then she used to work for my Norwegian publisher, a very talented lady. Um, yeah. And you know what? Yesterday, I had some visitors here from Israel. Can you believe it? Some visitors from Israel. And they were nothing like the Israeli people you see on TV. They were just normal people, young people, kids, you know, uh, YouTubers. Will do some kind of collaboration in the future. And they were visiting Norway. Really nice people, very young people. You know, very. I think they do the kind of um, young people YouTube thing. Very nice, very polite people. So I showed them some sites here and all of that. Yeah. So But you kind of expect something different because I've never been to Israel, and you see people, Israeli people that seem not very nice on the TV, and then you forget that it's always like journalists, even though they shouldn't, they always try to tell a story, you know. Um, Sorry, they always try to tell a story, but in reality, we don't get the full picture. And I think a lot of people in Israel, they don't support what's going on now. They did not support the genocide in Gaza, and a lot of them did, but I think those who don't or didn't, they just, most of them, they just say nothing, you know. Um, Green-eyed lady is here. Good to see you. Uh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They were. They. I think they make content on the go. They're very trendy and hip. Those young people. So, so it's like uh, one of them, a girl. She was making a TikTok video. No dancing or nothing like that. But filming with a smartphone, instantly uploaded, and all of that. I think. And it was fascinating to see because they are doing the YouTube thing in a different way than I am. Um, yeah, but as I said, very nice people, very nice people. Uh, oh yeah, David, yeah, 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 yeah. I've heard about that. I'll read your comment. They, being the Israeli government and so on, I guess, usually conveniently forget to mention the amount of Israeli people who are in prison for protesting against the atrocities against Palestinians. Yes, I've heard about that. Yeah. Uh, yes. Jamie says maybe they'll learn you something. Yeah, maybe I should be dancing in front on the video, making shorts for TikTok, maybe, or maybe not. No, she didn't do the dancing thing. Well, I am on TikTok. I have 140 subscribers or something like that because my publisher told me you have to be on TikTok. But I'm struggling with that. It's at the end of the day, it becomes too much, too much. Um, so let's see. Yeah, yeah. You expect people from Israel that they have this little hat on. How do they? So I have questions here. Okay, now you never see people with the little hat on. I don't know what they call it. The Jewish hats. You know. Um, so I've been thinking about that. If you have hair, maybe there's a pin in there. You pin the hat to your hair, and that's how it sticks. But I've seen bald Jewish people with the hat on too. How do they make it stick if you're bald? Like some tape or glue, Velcro? But you have to How do they do that? How do they do that? I would like to know actually, because it defies the laws of physics. Um, Double-sided tape, Jeffrey. Yeah, that's what I thought they must do. They must do. And also, I've been thinking, there is a correlation, hopefully not a causation, between wearing strange hats and extremism. Have you noticed that? Um, the right wing. Now, is it right wing? What do you call them? What do you call it? It's not Semitism. It's Zionism. No, what is it called? The nationalist Jewish people. What do you call that? Um, yeah, not conservative, but they say anti-Semite Zionism. Zionism. I think that's the one. Yeah, but anyway, those people, they always wear the strange little hats. And then you have, if you go to Iran, they have also strange hats, these turbans. Is that what you say? Um, the big ones. They wrap their head in strange hats. Okay. Um, Religious groups in many of them in the USA, they also have they wear something on their head very often. Like the women have this thing around their head. So there is a correlation between, I guess, religious extremism and funny hats. That's just something I have observed, you know. So, and I think it's a correct observation. And if you go to if you look at um, the big bosses in the religions, like the Pope. The Pope has actually, the Pope has a Jewish hat, hasn't he? Why is that? And he also have a big hat. Why does he wear the little hat sometimes and the big hat other times? I don't know. I don't know. And if you go to Tibet, the monks there, some of these monks have big, massive hats. I think I've seen that on the TV. Just saying. Just saying. Good morning or evening to you as well. Oh yeah. The hijab. That's not a hat, but it's a head, something they wear on their head. And it's a strange thing. It seems uncomfortable to me. It seems very uncomfortable. Why would you want to cover up your hair? Also, I must say, I really like long hair on women. It's something I like to see. I don't stare, because I learned that's not nice, but it is pretty when women, they have this long hair. I like that. So, and for that reason, I don't like the hijab. So, Yeah. Uh, yeah, some live streams are gone. I don't think that has not anything to do with hijacking of my channels. That's more like censorship, which is a less problem actually than the recent problem. Yeah, look at all the supporters here. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. KP, then it's great. Um, the sombrero is just common sense when you live in the desert. Yeah, I agree, even though I don't have any experience with deserts myself. But it seems sensible. Sensible. Graduation ceremony hats are very strange. Yes, they're like a piece of cardboard on top of your head. Why is that? Hmm. Mike is asking, are you planning any overnight camping videos on your outdoors channel? Yes, I am. I was going to go yesterday until today, but I was busy with the crisis on my channels, of course. Um, yeah. Yeah, I'm 90% certain that it's the scammers are completely gone now. Uh, and I'm keeping an eye on the activity on my Google account. So yeah. No, Barbara. Strangely, they did not hack my powerlifting vlog channel. They did not. I think it was because they thought they didn't bother because it's a small channel, you know, and these people are the worst of the worst. It's the scum of the earth. It's the lowest of the low. It's just they are a waste of air and a waste of space, and they don't deserve. Well, I won't finish that sentence. You know, I think it's evil because when you take advantage of other people like that, um, it is evil. It's evil. You know, and we forgive them and let go. I will certainly not forgive them. Are you crazy? No, 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 no. As I said, if I knew if I had a location, if I knew where they lived, I would. And I won't finish that sentence. We don't forgive that. Never. Do you think the attack on your chance was directed to you politically motivated? No, no. They just look for bigger channels, and that's what matters to them. David says, I would love to meet those hackers face to face. Yeah, me too. Underachiever is here. Yeah, the chances of them being arrested are very low. Yes. Mm. The thing is, commentator, the thing is, they can't show themselves because they're cowards. Yeah, well, they did a live stream on my channels trying to scam people into buying crypto. I did not see that live stream myself, but it's good that they did because that made YouTube to kick them out and close my channels. But they did expose themselves doing that. And I'm not responsible for the safety of these people. But when you do that on a big channel, it's maybe not the wisest thing to do because you make a lot of resourceful people very, very, very angry. Um, I don't know what will happen to these people. I don't know. But as I've said before, I'm of the opinion that some people are like my attitude towards them is like I wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire, if you know what I mean. So you know, maybe something happens to them. I don't know, but maybe they think they're safe, you know, because they think that they know everything about how to all the ways to do things on the internet and safety and all of that for themselves. No, there is always a bigger fish out there. Always someone more clever than you. You know. Uh, yeah. But okay, I will actually have to finish now, and I will get back very soon. And now, you know, if you see something that's not normal here on my channels, you know that I've been hacked. But you already I don't think anyone thought that I would suddenly become another person and do crypto scam live streaming on my channels, you know. So yeah. Elk Love says it's obvious, so they get taken down right away. Yeah. Okay. Another comment. Maybe they need girlfriends. You know what? I hope they never ever get girlfriends. I hope they never ever get laid. I hope they are living their lives in misery. And I think they kind of are, you know, because I think when you're a bad person, you're not a happy person. You can't be a bad person and happy at the same time. I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, Jeffrey says they would just take advantage of the women. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Mm. Or the Pope hat again. I just thought of something. You think the big hat, the tall hat that he's wearing, do you think that it functions as some sort of antenna that he uses to communicate directly to his God in heaven? You think that's how it works? Just asking the question, you know. Okay. I'll just finish with this commentary. There is a saying that goes, what happens in the dark always comes to light. They will get caught if they try to scam someone else. Yeah, they might. They were caught now as well, you know. Yeah. Okay. I'll leave it at that for now. I will be back soon. And yeah, okay. We'll leave it at that. And yeah, we'll keep the conversation going, And yeah, I have some other things I have to do now. So, okay. Have a nice evening or morning. We'll talk later. Bye bye.